In this session, we will discuss the chapter Fluid Kinematics of your subject Fluid Mechanics. We already discussed the chapter Fluid Static when we say that the fluid is at rest, right? The fluid is not moving, and we already see what are the various hydrostatic forces acting on a surface or on a body, that is buoyant force. We already see in detail. Now let us move towards when the fluid is flowing, when the fluid will start flowing. So the first chapter is your fluid kinematics. As you all know, there are two types of studies in the mechanics, if we say. One is the kinematics, one is the dynamics, right? Kinematics is that study in which you will study the motion parameters. Motion parameters, like if any body is moving, its motion parameters are like velocity, acceleration. If you are studying this velocity, acceleration, so these are the motion parameters. So the study in which we are only studying these motion parameters without considering the cause of this motion, right? We are not bothering that why this body is moving, what causes this body to move, how much is the force acting on this body, in which direction, what is the torque, what is the shear stress. We are not considering all these. The basic cause of the motion is not considering. Only the, if we talk about the fluid kinematics, the study of the fluid particle motion, that if the fluid particle is moving by what velocity, by what acceleration, in which direction it is moving, right? We study all these parameters in this chapter, and without considering the basic cause, that is the force. We are not considering the force in this chapter. So to analyze the kinematic behavior of a fluid particle, we have two approaches. One is the Lagrangian approach and another one is the Eulerian approach, right? We can study the motion parameters by these two ways, Lagrangian method and Eulerian method. Let us discuss one by one what is the Lagrangian method. Lagrangian method is also known as, if I can say that, the Lagrangian method is also known as particle concentration approach, right? Why it is called as particle concentration approach? Because in the Lagrangian method, the fluid motion is described by tracing the kinematic behavior of each and every fluid particle which constituting the flow. If a fluid is flowing, let us say, if I say here, let us say, if in this pipe some fluid is flowing, in this pipe some fluid is flowing, let us say the fluid is flowing in this direction, and this is the inlet of the fluid particles. Let us say this is the inlet of the fluid particle, right? So the flow is in this direction, and I am saying that in this flow there are infinite number of fluid particles which are moving. Infinite number of fluid particles will be there. So in Lagrangian approach, we choose a particle. Let us say we take this particle and we go along with this particle in the flow, right? Let us say the particle is flowing like this. This particle is flowing like this. So in the Lagrangian method, we are describing the kinematic behavior of the flow by tracing each and every fluid particle. We trace this particle along the flow and study its kinematic behavior, that is, study its velocity and acceleration during the flow. Similarly, we will do again this process we will do for another fluid particle, and so on. There are n number of fluid particles, so we will study the kinematic behavior of each and every fluid particle which are constituting this flow. So you can think that, sir, there is n number of particles, so that's why this Lagrangian approach is a very time consuming approach. So to compensate this, we have this another approach, that is the Eulerian method. Eulerian approach is a space concentration approach, that our total concentration is on a space, right? Suppose if I say this is the same pipe in which fluid is flowing, let us say this is a pipe in which the fluid is flowing, let us say this is the inlet of the flow, and fluid is flowing in this direction. Fluid is flowing in this direction. So in the Eulerian approach, our entire concentration goes to a particular space. We fix a space in this. Let us say I fix a space. I am saying I will fix this space. Right? I will fix this space. So if I fix this space, and in this the kinematic behavior of each and every fluid particle passing through that zone or that space is being analyzed. From this space or from this zone which you select, number of fluid particles are passing through this. Number of fluid particles are passing through this. So we will study the behavior of these each and every fluid particles which are flowing through this section or through this your zone. Similarly, we can do this process for another section. Let us say for this section, I choose this section again, and the fluid particles which are passing through this section we will analyze the kinematic behavior of each and every fluid particle which is flowing through this section. So this is the Eulerian method, right? Only this basic is required for your better understanding that what is the Eulerian approach and what is the Lagrangian approach, right? Now let us see the next topic of our discussion is the types of flow. Just pay attention. The next topic is the types of flow. Types of flow. There are various types of flow are there. Let us say steady and unsteady flow, uniform and non-uniform flow, right? Laminar and turbulent flow, compressible, incompressible flow, rotational, irrotational flow, one-dimensional flow, two-dimensional flow, three-dimensional flow. These are the various types of flow which are present in a fluid flow, right? There are various types of flow. Let us discuss it one by one. First of all, let us discuss what do we mean by steady and unsteady flow. Just pay attention. Steady and unsteady flow. First of all, let us discuss this. We say that any flow is said to be a steady flow if the flow properties will not change with time at a given section, right? I am writing, right? Let us say steady flow is we will say if the flow properties will not change with time, at a given section. This is important. At a given section. You make this thing clear. We have two things, right? In a fluid flow, we have two things. One is the space in which the fluid is flowing, and one is the time, right? If I say that in the steady flow, you will fix one thing at a time. That means in a steady flow, the flow properties, that is velocity, acceleration, density, so many flow properties will be there. If these flow properties will not change with the time, it means time is changing but the fluid properties will not change. So if time is changing, then you have to fix the section at a given section, right? At a given section. This is important. At a given section only. That means flow properties will change with the space. Flow properties will change with the space. This is important, that flow properties may change with the space. They can change. but they cannot change with time at a given section, right? That means if I write, that means that d by dt of change of any, if I write change of any flow properties, change of any flow properties at a given section, will be equal to 0 for steady flow. For steady flow, if the flow properties will change with time at a given section, then it is known as unsteady flow. Unsteady flow. That means if the flow properties are not changing, that means dv by dt is 0. Rate change of acceleration with respect to time is 0. Change of density with respect to time is 0. Right? This is the meaning of steady flow. This is the meaning of steady flow. So you have two things, one is the space, one is the time. Right? A fluid property can change with space and it can change with time also. Both. It can change with space and it can change with time, both. If it can change with space but not with time, it is steady flow. And we can say if it is changing with time, not with space, it is uniform flow. We will discuss it, right? So let us say if you want to visualize this, let us say that in this pipe fluid is flowing, right? In this pipe, let us say fluid is flowing. In this direction, fluid is flowing. I'll take three sections. I'll take three sections here. Let us say I'll take this is section 1. This is section 1. We'll say this is section 2. This is section 2. And this is section 3. This is section 3. I'll take three space coordinates, space sections 1, 2 and 3. I am saying, let us say that at time t is equal to, let us say 2 seconds. When time t is equal to 2 seconds, I am saying that velocity at this point 1, v1 I can write, v1 is 3 meter per second, v2 is 4 meter per second and v3 is 5 meter per second, right? So I am saying velocity is changing with space, with at different section, at different space coordinates, velocities are different. If I change the time, let us say at time t is equal to 5 seconds, if the velocity v1 is still same 3, v2 is still same 4 and v3 is still 5, these are the velocities, you can cut it as per our standard notation, right? It means that velocity at a given section, velocity is not changing with time. Time is changing but velocities are not changing. However, the velocities are changing with section. Velocities are changing with section. So this is the example of steady flow. This is the example of steady flow. At a particular section, at a given section, velocity is not changing with time, but velocity is changing with section. With section, velocity is changing. So this is the example of steady flow. Steady flow. And if the velocity or the flow parameters are changing with respect to time at a given section, then that flow is known as unsteady flow. That flow is known as unsteady flow, right? So we can say that in this type of steady flow, if we can say in the steady flow, the velocity and acceleration or the flow properties are the function of space coordinates only. Flow properties are the function of space coordinates only. That means if I can write here that flow properties are a function of space only. not a function of time. With space they can vary, but not with time at a given section. Next type of flow which you have to study is, next is your uniform and non-uniform flow, right? Next is uniform and non-uniform flow. We'll discuss uniform and non-uniform flow. Right, I hope you understand what is the meaning of steady and unsteady flow. Now let us say that what is the meaning of uniform and non-uniform flow. Right, if I can say that if the fluid properties are not changing with section at a given time, then we can say that flow is uniform flow. Right, if I write here the definition of uniform flow, we will say that if flow properties, pay attention here, if flow properties will not change, it will not change with space. It will not change with space, means space is changing and fluid properties are not changing. If you change the space, then you have to fix the time at a given time. You have to fix the time. One thing you have to fix, either space or time. If space is changing, then you have to say at a given time. If I can say do not change with time, that means at a given section, right? It means that if we can say here that flow properties are a function of time, means with time flow properties may change, right? Flow properties may change with time. With time they can change, but not with section. At a given time, at a particular time, at each and every section, the flow properties must remain same. Then we can say that that type of flow is uniform flow. It means I can write d by dt of change of flow properties, d by ds, sorry, not time, with the space, of flow properties at a given time is equal to 0 for uniform flow. This will be equal to 0 for uniform flow. That means the change of velocity with respect to space, S is for space, space may be x direction, y direction, z direction, it may be anything, will be 0. Change of acceleration with respect to space is 0. Change of density with respect to space is 0. That type of flow is known as uniform flow. And if you want to visualize it, how you can visualize the uniform and non-uniform flow, let us say you have this pipe in which the fluid is flowing. In this, the fluid is flowing in this direction. I will take three sections again. Let us say this is section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. This is section 3, right? Same sections. This is section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. If I say at a given time, that means let us say at time t is equal to 2 seconds. At a given time t is equal to 2 seconds, I am saying let us say V1 is 3 meter per second, V2 is equal to 4 meter per second, and V3 is equal to, V2 is also 3 meter per second, V3 is also 3 meter per second. That means at a given time, 2 seconds, the flow properties are not changing with space. With space, the flow properties are same. Here, the velocities are same. But if you change the time, let us say at time t is equal to 3 seconds, if you change the time, the flow property may change. Let us say V1 will be equal to 4, V2 will be equal to 4, and V3 will be equal to 4. With the time from 2 to 3 seconds, the velocities, the properties will change from 3 to 4, but it is not changing with space. It is not changing with space. So this is the example of your uniform flow. This is the example of uniform flow. That means if the fluid properties are changing with space at a given time, that type of flow is known as non-uniform flow. So this is the basic difference between steady flow and unsteady flow, and uniform and non-uniform flow. So if you can say that in any case, if there is a case, suppose let us say that this is the case, here the fluid is flowing in this direction. Again we have take 3 sections. This is section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. If I can say that the fluid properties are not changing with time and also with section, that means let us say at time t is equal to 1 second, V1 is 2, V2 is 2, V3 is 2, right? And at time t is equal to 2 second, again V1 is equal to 2, V2 is equal to 2, V3 is equal to 2. That means the flow properties are not changing with section, with time. So this is known as steady and uniform flow. Steady and uniform flow. This is known as steady and uniform flow, right? So this is the basic difference between steady flow and uniform flow. Just take one thing clear, just make one concept clear. If you fix one thing, that is either if you can fix space or you can fix time, then you have to vary the other thing. At a given time, if I am saying, then we can say that at every section. If I am saying at a given section, that means at every time. So this is the basic difference, right?